Morning. Hi Anne, hi Caroline. Hi Helen. Hi Annette. Morning Jean. Morning. Oh, it's hot, isn't it? Oh, it's so hot. I'm gonna have to have my fan on. I've only got it on medium though, but I am already really hot. I'm not looking forward to tomorrow putting trousers on to go to the studio, that's for sure. Right, move that out of the way. I'm going to use that in a minute. Ugh. Morning. Well, I hope you're not disappointed, Grace. The size of the middle and size of the middle and small hearts. Do you mean the middle of the small hearts? So this one, what did I do with my ruler? I put it somewhere. There it is. Right, we're in old money then, if this is what you want. So do you want across from the highest point, it's 1.5 inches. Is that what you want? And actually in the height from the dip is 1 inch, and to the top is about 1 inch and 3/8. Is that what you wanted? That was the outside edge. Hopefully that's what you wanted. Morning, Marie. So Marie, your order will go out of the Fairy Hugs when the prize ribbon comes in. It should be in tomorrow, but because I'm not going to be here, my delivery will be Thursday. So all orders that contain the prize ribbon, I'll try and get out on Thursday. If not, it'll be Friday. It's a very busy week packing this week. I was packing all day yesterday. So for those of you that ordered Fairy Hugs from me, thank you very much. Right, so we crack on because things to do, places to go, etc. So Phil's already shown you these. So these are launched today. They're available on my website already, and there is a 10% discount if you enter code CHARMING in the discount code box at checkout. Now I know a few of you had a bit of trouble this morning because my laptop has got a mind of its own, and when I hit an I, it quite often types in 2 I's, and when I hit an L, it types 2 L's, which drives me nuts. And because I need my eyes tested, I didn't actually notice, but the discount code is actually working now. So obviously you've got your hearts with your buttons, really lovely. You've got the flags. There's loads of dies in the flags. There are 13 dies in the flags. Even these little dinky little buttons here. Obviously you've got that lovely scalloped edge, and then you've got your kind of deboss stitched edge on here as well. Then we've got the ingots, which is like it's like a rectangle with its sides chopped off. But I really like this one. I think it's going to be really useful, and obviously you can use it with your other dies as well. Very pretty. Then you've got your octagons. Now obviously this is going to work with your eyelet octagons and your double debossed octagons as well. Again, loads of dies in there, another 12 in there. The stars. Now the stars have been uber popular on my website this morning, which kind of caught me out a little bit, but I've ordered some more. so we'll get some more in as well. So they're still in stock. There's only 6 dies on here, but that's because the star is kind of an awkward shape to kind of build a die set from. So it's a 5-pointed star, and it's not the points aren't equal, because you can see here that the kind of inverted part here is shorter than it is here. So just remember that when you try and mat and layer, you need to kind of put it in the right direction. That's your stars, and then you've got your labels too, and your labels too is going to match with your double deboss labels die set as well. Can't see any comments. I wonder why the comments aren't working. Hang on a sec. Good old Facebook. Right, okay, so those are all your dies, and then you've got your 6 new colours of the Luster cardstock. I won't show you those though, because Phil showed you the other day, and you'll probably see them on the TV a lot better, because it's very hard to pick up the luster, because it is so pearlescent, beautiful pastel shades, but we are going to use that in the demonstration. So we'll crack on and do a bit of demonstrating. Now, probably a bit mad, because I decided to make a star book. Now, a star book basically is lots and lots of pop-up cards stuck together, ideally 5, and then when they're all open, as you'll see tomorrow on the studio, they form, when you look down on the top of them, they form a star, but you can actually fold them all up. So we're going to concentrate on the back section, and we're going to stick together 4 sections, and I'm going to do the front section on air tomorrow at 12 o'clock. That's the plan, okay? So when you do, so basically they're pop-up cards, okay? So each one, if you didn't want to do a star card, you've got 5 individual cards that you can use. And I know we've done pop-up cards together, but I obviously thought that because we've got 6 dies, that we'd actually do 5 in the pop-out bit, and then we'll have 1 on the front as well. So let's see, when you're doing a pop-out card, and we're focusing on the label of the pop-out here, and what I've done is I've taken an A4 piece of card and I've scored it in half, and I've also trimmed it because I want to use these lovely borders from the compendium box kit, which is also on the show, and we've got the lovely papers in the centre there. So I've trimmed it to be the length of that, whatever that is. I can't remember what I've trimmed it to. Anyway, 20 centimetres. Yeah, 20 centimetres. My trimmer isn't brilliant, but you get away with it. It's absolutely fine. So they've all been trimmed to that. All the cards have been trimmed to that. And then on this one, I've scored in half, but then I've... Oh, dirty mark. Good job, that's on the back. And then I've scored at my half, my gatefold. So if you were making a gatefold card, that would be it, okay? So you've got your 4 scores, and then you pop your die on the middle piece. And this is the largest of the plain ones. Now, you could go to your scallops if you wanted to. I didn't go for the scallops because I couldn't, the area here wasn't actually big enough for all of the scallops. Obviously you could drop this down, you don't need to have such a big area, and you could actually make this as an A6 as well with some of the smaller dies. This one would have fitted, so if you wanted a beautiful scallop detail around the edge, you could do. You can also cut these 2 dies together and make yourself a frame in the colour of card that you're using, and then glue that around the edge. And obviously when you fold it, it's going to fold there and there, so you need to make sure that's well adhered just there and there. So you can do that, so you can really pretty up the aperture if you want to. It is a lot of cutting, I will say. It is a bit of a labour of love, but it's absolutely spectacular, or hopefully it will be when I actually finish it. And when you do a pop out, what you need to do is you need to decorate the pieces separately. So you decorate your inside, you decorate your outside, and then you actually glue them together. Because we're doing our star card, we don't need to decorate the front, but because we're focusing on the back section, I think the back section somewhere that you could write your message, so we're going to actually decorate the back. you'll see on all the inside panels, which is what I was actually sticking the tape to earlier, you don't need to decorate on the front or the back at all. So those sections are quite quick. So let's crack on. So we've got, this is one of the papers from the compendium box kit. So we've got one of these, and we're going to put this in the back here so that our aperture has got something pretty to look at. So I've just trimmed it to a little bit shorter, so it's about 19 centimetres. So we're going to have a gap at top and the gap at the bottom. So when you stick this in, you do need to make sure that there's a bit of give. So what you want to do is run your glue. It doesn't have to be, you know, particularly, you know, I suppose covered, just along one edge there, and then you pop it into the fold roughly where you want it to be, and then fold it and give it a good old press. Now you can use tape for this, absolutely fine. I'm sorry if I'm not answering to your comments, but I can't see any coming through. Then you open it out and you'll pop glue on the other side as well. And these are going to be secured by the aperture piece that you're going to put in, so it gets like double security. But what we really want is we want it to be nice and free. So when that's adhered, you've got this gap coming on here, and you need that. If you actually put it flat and then fold it, it's going to all ruck up in the middle and look a bit of a mess. So that's on the inside. We do the back section in a little while. You need to make sure all your butterflies are facing in the right direction. I'm sure I'm going to go wrong at some point. So obviously with my aperture, I've got a bigger gap at the bottom than at the top, because that kind of is how they hang pictures and things. They always have them in galleries a little bit higher up, and so I think it's more pleasing to the eye. It also leaves you areas here that you could decorate if you wanted to. And as I said, remember, you could actually put it onto your aperture a little frame made with the scallops if you wanted to. So let's see which way this goes. My butterfly's there, so this is going to go in here. So this is your border from the compendium box kit, and I've cut it out of the new lavender haze pearlescent cardstock, luster cardstock, and just put a strip of my beautiful pattern paper on there. So that's going to go in here. I made one of these star cards years and years ago with Wendy Stenton's stencils from WS Designs, and I made it for my mum and dad's 50th wedding anniversary, and I think I'm sure my mum still got it, because she wouldn't give it me back, so I could use, you know, have it as a display card. It is, yeah, quite special once it's finished. Hopefully that's straight. There we go. And then we're going to put one on the other side as well. Oh, you are there. I am seeing your comments. You're just very quiet today, aren't you? Very quiet. So hot. Which way's my butterfly? Can I find one? Let's see. The butterfly is there. So try and get it. I'm not going to stress too much if the gap's not the same. I'm also not stressing too much if my trimming's not perfect either. Right, so there we go. In fact, that is a bigger border there. Let's pull it back a bit. I've got one, thank you. Right, there we go. That'll do. It is a bit further over, but it's fine. Don't stress, Julia. Then we've got some other bits that we're going to put on the inside and the outside. What have I got in here? Let's have a look. It's been a while since I cut these. We are going to have some messages in here. That's the bin men. I'm sorry about the noise. They've come to empty the green bins, which is our garden waste. We've got butterflies. The butterflies are going to be in here. So that's from these are from the beautiful butterflies, and the flowers are going to go on the back. I think yes they are. And then we've got Happy Birthday, and this is from the Essential Script Sentiments. So again, I've cut this out of the Lavender Haze. My whole card is kind of alternating between the Rose Petal and the Lavender Haze luster cardstock. There's a little bit of stamping on this, but it's on the front, so most of it's die cutting with this one. Tweezers, there they go. Concentrating on what to oh, I'm buffering. It probably doesn't like the bin men. So I've just scribbled some glue on here, and we're just going to dip the fine detail sentiment, and you can actually use these sentiments without the backer if you want to. Dip it in, and then we're going to line that up. Hopefully I'll get this right. I normally have my light on, but we're not going to have the light on. Too hot. A little bit of a scraggy bit there. Right. At least with the glue you can move it around, and it does actually disappear, you know, it does go matte, so you're absolutely fine. Happy. The black makes it pop, because the pearlescent card is so it's not so pale, it kind of reflects the light a bit, I suppose. So sometimes when you put it on white, you can't actually see it, which would be obviously the ideal thing to do, but the black will make the message pop, because you do want to see your happy birthday message popping out and looking fab. There we go. Happy birthday. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so let's see where we're going to put these in here. So, what did I think? I can't remember how I was going to do this. Like I said, I've been to bed since I did this. Oh yes, what we were going to do is we were going to put that one on top of that one, because I thought that might look nice. That's what we were going to do. Now, unfortunately, because of the nature of the star book, you don't want to actually raise things up too much, because you will fasten it with ribbon. So it actually becomes like a book. So it's star card or star book, if you like. So whatever shape, I don't know why I'm shaping this, because whatever shape I put into it isn't going to stay. So that's going to go there like that. And I think we might have the happy birthday down here, and we'll leave the borders as is. I think that's what we'll do. So let's go for that. I'm not going to put much glue on the butterfly, actually. I am going to leave it quite loose. It's going to go down there like that. Stick. And our happy birthday is going on this side. It's a lot easier to glue the shadow. It's a bit too much glue on me, hang on. Dab some off. Somebody's having a very special birthday this year, next month. Do you know who that is? And I've got to work on his birthday. How rude. For some reason he didn't want to. I don't blame him. Okay, so there's that there. And then that will go in here like that. So already it looks really, really lovely, doesn't it? I like the surprise that you get when you open up a pop-out card. We're not going to stick it together just yet because we're going to decorate the back. I know it seems a bit weird, doesn't it, decorating the back? So let's stack all this up. So we've got some of this is the pink, as I said. I'm working with the pink and the lilac. So we've got lavender haze, and this is your rose petal card. And we're going to start stacking this up. This is our backing paper, so it's a different packing paper that's to what's inside, but this is the same backing paper that I'm using on the front. So the back and the front is going to be yeah, Phil's 50 and so's Leonie. Yeah, Leonie's is later in August. Yeah, so the back and the front are going to coordinate beautifully. We're not doing any inking around the edges. We're leaving this uninked, and we are leaving it, I suppose, more elegant than grungy. So if you've got weddings coming up, you could have like little photographs in there. You can do all sorts of things. What's going on here? Oh, let's turn that over and let's have the other side so we don't have glue where we don't want it, because you have got to be quite careful with pearlescent card that you don't put glue where you don't want it, because it will show. How's my trimming? How's the quality of my trimming? It's pretty rubbish actually. Let's get rid of that glue on the back for now. That's so funny. That's so funny. In fact, instead of sticking it on a card, what you could do is actually all make 50 flowers and just give him envelopes of 50 flowers. How many flowers would you get if everybody sent him 50 flowers? That would be hilarious. I think we'll start that, shall we? Shh, don't tell him. I know he's having his hair cut, so don't tell him. Right, or he was. Our flag. So this is your charming flag, which is one of the new ones, and I've got so this is the largest and this is the largest but one. So we're going to pop that on there. I know we hide a lot of the paper. If you're worried about using it all, you can always gut it with a die in the middle. But what I thought would be nice is if we actually edge this. So the idea is that they can write the message on the back, because there's nowhere to write there's nowhere to write if you don't. So and I'm not going to stamp on here because we're going to stamp on the front. But what I thought we'd do, I'm going to stamp, but not going to stamp a sentiment. What I thought we'd do is go to the compendium box kit, because there's loads of butterflies and hearts and loads of extra little stamps in here. So I thought we would just take one of the butterflies. Let's just take this one because it's at the top. How are we doing for time? Not too badly. Not too badly. Let's put the top on the glue before it bungs up in the heat. Let's check how we're doing. Now, I've married... I think that spun sugar goes really well with the pink. So let's just pop this in here and see how we go. I'm using a piece of paper just so I can stamp it on there first and see how my inking is. So that's quite pretty, isn't it? So if we bring in the pink, that's going to work really nicely. So spun sugar. So we'll stamp some butterflies just around the edge, and we might just do a couple of sizes so it doesn't all look the same. We won't actually think about that, the fact that that one's going sideways. I don't need one in the middle because I'm going to put a button in the middle. Okay, so those are all around there. Let's just choose a different size. Let's just clean that off. Something you don't often see me do. think it would be hilarious. Should we do that? I think we should do that. Send in loads and loads and loads of flowers. If you're up for it, you know, because it's obviously going to take a while for each of us to cut 50 flowers, isn't it? But I just think that would be hilarious. Let's go for a tiny one. I don't think I've used this one before, so we'll just test this one out here as well. Yeah. Oh, got a big gap there. When did that happen? Why did I do a sideways on one? Why did I do that? Sometimes I do wonder about myself. I think we need some more. Nowhere to walk away, Julia. Oh, we could put some hearts in. Let's put some hearts in, so something different. Oh, there's a triple heart. That might be useful. Let's see how that one looks. Yeah. So we won't get all of these in. We'll just get a few in. I think we need to walk away from this now. Right, that'll do. Stop. Right, so that's a little bit more interesting to go on the back. It's pretty. And you could, what would be really nice actually, we're not going to do it, it's too hot to emboss. You could, because Distress Oxide stays open for a while, as in it becomes responsive to embossing powders, they stick to them. You could actually add the embossing powder, the rose gold one that comes in the kit, to that, and that would look very, very nice in the background. So let's pop this onto our flag. Yeah, very wouldn't it be funny though? I'd love to be a fly on the wall. I'd have to ask Gordon to tell us what he says when he opens them all. He'd probably think he's got loads of gifts, but what he hasn't got is what he's got is loads of flowers. Well, it is a gift, isn't it? Because it's you spent your time cutting them all out. He's probably watching this and thinking, well, I won't tell you what he's probably thinking, but it would be hilarious. So that goes on there. Doesn't that look pretty with the butterflies and the hearts stamped around it? She says, turning it over so you can't see it. It's pretty. Hopefully that's moved. Right, so that's then going on here. And I'm not going to build it up because of the fact that it's my star book or my star card, so I don't want to have it all fat. I'm trying not to stick my fingers in that because it is still wet. And there's something I must remember to do before I put this on, which is something I always forget. I've got to put some ribbon on. Remind me, I've got to put some ribbon on. It's a very good match, isn't it, Caroline? I'm sure Phil probably went through colours with you, or he will do. But I wasn't able to. I was very, very busy, so I wasn't able to watch all of his live the other day. Because I was having a bit of a printer issue. I think I mentioned it the other day. We had a power cut that knocked my printer off from being used by my laptop. But amazingly enough, I reinstalled it. It wouldn't reinstall, and I reinstalled it when I got home from the studios the other day, and it was absolutely fine. I don't think that's 100% straight. Oh, it'll have to do. It's too hot to faff. Right, so we've got this little button here I thought would look really nice just in the centre there. Just come to set it off. So we're going to pop that there. I'm not going to pop anything in it. I'm just going to pop the button down. Stand up. Oh, I know what I'm doing with them flowers. Them flowers are going inside because they're purple, aren't they? Yes, that's it. Because we're putting flowers on the front, not on the back. I ought to write down what I intend to do, hadn't I? I normally do. Right, so these are going inside. That's what they're doing. That's cool. Right, so let's see, what were we doing? We were going to have, I've got a righty and a lefty. So the lefty was going to go up there, and the righty was going to go down there. Was it? Or was it going to go like that? No, it's going to go like that. Just like that. Was it? I don't know. I've no idea. It's going to go like that. Oh, that's going to go like that. That's it. That's it. I'm on it. Carb on it. Let's get rid of that. Don't need all that. Get rid of that. Don't need all that. Don't forget the ribbon. Yes, I'm on the ribbon, Dave. I won't. I'm bound to forget, aren't I? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll put the ribbon there. And hopefully I'll remember. Oh, what am I like? Let's put some on here as well. That would have looked a bit odd having purple on the back when it's all pink. Actually, I've got two going the same way, haven't I? No, I haven't. Oh, get with the programme, Julia. Right, so that's going there. It is now anyway, it's stuck. And then we're having one up here as well. Like that. And then the flowers, because they're inside, they're going to go flat. So I've obviously cut these out of the same paper. So, and these are the sweetheart flowers. And that's going there. And that one's going on there. And then we're going to pop the buttons. I can't remember what set they're from. But they are from the new ones, they're not from the old ones. In the centre. Just like that. Just like that. So we're not going pearls because, again, we're trying to keep things flat. So that's going to go in there. It's not as nice as having shaped ones, but it's the price you have to pay. You have to think of it as an embellishment rather than a shaped flower. So we're going to have the big one at the bottom. Like that. And the small one at the top. Okay, that's it. Right, so now let's deal with the ribbon and put the back on. Right, so before I put the back on, what we're going to do is, where's my tape? I did get my tape out. We're going to cut a couple of lengths of ribbon, just so it's big enough so we can make a bow. I can always trim it down later on if it's too big. There's my ribbon scissors, there's my ribbon scissors. Two lengths of ribbon, she says. She's got one length of ribbon, but she needs to cut in half. There we go. Just remember to take that with me. Right, so this is going to go in the middle-ish on the back. Make sure I'm up the right way, yeah, on the back. And I'm just going to put some red liner tape on there to secure it. What's your excuse, Jean? That's just not good enough, is it? So that's not going anywhere now. And I think what we'll do is we will use shall we? Or should we put glue on? Because we're dealing with ribbon there. I think down one side we'll put some, this side we'll put some of this, some double-sided tape, and then we glue the rest. It's not the easiest, it's because I'm used to tape that you can tear, but you can't really tear this tape. I don't think. I haven't tried actually. So I might be talking out of my bottom and actually talking a right load of rubbish. So this is going on the back. And I'm not going to peel the, I don't think I'm going to peel the backing off that. Because once that, if I do, once it catches, I've had it. So it's on the back. Okay. So that'll be, this will tie my book together. And then we're going to add our pages. Remember, this could be a normal pop-out card, so you could have done that on the front. Obviously, you probably use the same colours you've been using, and this is going to be your middle. And we are going to just glue. You can use the tape around here. And then line up your edges. This is where I see that I haven't trimmed everything the right way. Line up your edges. Check that nothing's sticking out at the back. It's nice and neat. And get that to stick. And then do the same on the other side. Oh, I've frozen again. Oh, my internet. I don't know if it's, I think it's actually, I'm having trouble with my laptop. I think that's what the problem is. I need to book into the Genius Bar, but finding time to be able to do that is just non-existent. Maybe next week. Top on the glue. Do the same thing, line it up. Check that we were all right on the other side, which we are. And get it to bond. Okay. Right. So remember, this is the back section. So now we're going to. I've done a lot of prep already on the other sections. So which section's this? Okay, this is the heart. So just to be a little bit different, what we've done is, again, I've got the papers in there, and instead of using the border, and I've done this, I've alternated this, we've got the heart lattice embossing folder and just batted it onto some of the rose petal card and put a border in instead of, you know, a strip of paper rather than putting the border in. And obviously this, we've got the heart on here. So to decorate the inside of this one, I have I've got a butterfly which I'm going to put up there. This is a beautiful butterfly, and I've got a butterfly I'm going to put down here. Yes, you can actually have things coming from the aperture, especially if you've got the fire line thread. You know, the fire line thread is a transparent transparent thread. Beaders use it a lot, and that's a really good one to use. But I got rid of all my beading stuff, so I haven't got any, so it's not happening. going in there. And then where's the other one? The other one's going up here. Yeah, the heart lattice is really lovely. It's one of my favourites. I like anything that's got a lattice on it, really. So the quintessentially quilted is lovely as well. They're all lovely, the embossing folders, though. He's quite good at this designing lark, is our Mr. M. That one's going to go up there. And then we've got, let's see if I can get this right the right way. Then we've got To Someone Special, To Special Someone. Here I am, I'm at it again. I can't get over that card that I stuck down properly. So To Someone Special, and we've got a couple of hearts here that I've cut out. So those are going there. There's a bit of a formula going on here. Like I say, you can. You struggle. You have to be careful. Which, if you want to put the scalloped edge around it, you need to kind of figure out if it's going to fit. It might just fit. Either that or go down to the next size heart. You can, of course, cut more than one heart, so you could have like a row of hearts coming out of your aperture. So there's lots of different ways that you can do it. I like cutting quite a big one so that I can see my backing paper behind it. There. The heart lattice. It's not. The heart lattice is an embossing folder, not a die. I'm sure that's what you meant. Special. And again, you can see that I put this on the black card to make it pop, so you can read it. You could do it the other way around, but I think it works better this way. Myself. I've done this right, haven't I? To Someone Special, yes. I'm so pleased I remember to put the ribbon in. Now, will I remember to put the ribbon in when I actually do the front on air? That would be so sickening to actually ruin it at the last hurdle. But that would be typical me. Typical me. To Someone Special. There we go. So then we're going to put this section together as well, just like we did before. Pop our glue. Now, we don't need to decorate the front or the back of this one because this is one of the inner sections. Make sure my butterflies are up the right way. Exactly the same thing. It's attractive, isn't it? Fancy giving somebody a card that's just got tape on it. Thank you, Chrissy. That'd be really handy. I think, what on earth are they on about? Oh dear. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned the Fairy Hugs stamps. All the ones that I'm out of stock of, hopefully they'll be here at the end of the week. I ordered again last night, so it takes 2 to 3 days to get them from the States usually. So let's check that's all right. Perfect. So there's another card. Yeah, another inside. So again, you could decorate the front, and that could be a card. So that's 2 sections. We're only doing 4 because remember I'm going to do the last one, the front, in the studio. So here in this one, this is my star one, and the star has been uber popular this morning. So again, using the largest one and cutting it out. And I've gone back to the purple because we're alternating between the lavender haze and the rose petal card. Done the same, and I'm actually alternating the way I've done the borders as well, so there's a bit of continuity between the Chrissy, I won't be having the poinsettia. Do you mean the poinsettia die, Chrissy? Yeah, so I'm alternating. So there's a bit of continuity across the different inner sections. So on this one, we've got stars. So I've cut the dinky little scallop star, and I'm going to have the stars cascading down here, and I've alternated them. So we've got the lavender, the pink, and the lavender. Oh, I wonder if that's thunder or somebody's bin. And then the opposite here. So we're going to have that, and then we're going to have in here, we're going to go on your special day. That's what we're going to have in there. Okay. Oh, the fairy hug stamp. Yes, I've ordered loads of those, Chrissy. Yeah, that's the best thing to do, is to do the email back in stock. So as soon as I load the stock, you'll get alerted. I have ordered quite a few, but then I did sell quite a few quite quickly. Do you know that stamp had sold out before I even got up yesterday morning? They went live at midnight, and loads of people stayed up and ordered overnight. But it is absolutely beautiful. And the With Love at Christmas sentiment, those two together, you've got all your Christmas cards sorted. Let's put this one off at an angle a bit, make it more interesting. I'm trying to locate the fat one, as it were, and have that at the bottom. Let's have that one there like that. It is a very, very pretty stamp. I love the crosshatch detail on it. As I said when I was doing the shows, they're a lovely company, really lovely company. I'm very lucky with the companies I work with, actually. You would have thought like 5 years ago I'd be working for lots of different companies. It's fab, absolutely fab. August is already looking busy. Starts off on the 5th of August with I'm doing a couple of hours for Kay for Indigo Blue, which are my first ones for Kay this year, which is lovely. And then 10th we've got 2 hours with Fairy Hugs. 13th we've got 2 hours with Tutti Designs, that's Christmas. And then on 15th I've got 2 hours for Mr. M, because he's swanning off on his birthday, with new stamps, and you will want them because they're absolutely fab. And then on the 19th I've got one day special for Memory Box. So August is looking very busy, as usual, just when you think you're going to have some time off. This is the Your. This is going to go down here. I'm going to have the On up here. I do worry sometimes, Jean, that I'm going to run out of steam or run out of ideas. The old brain doesn't work as quickly as it used to. I don't think Phil's actually swanning off. I just meant he doesn't want to work on his birthday. Not surprisingly, I don't work on my birthday either. I refuse to. On your special day, so your special day should be special, and you should do whatever you want on your birthday. For me, birthdays are more important than Christmas. Much more important. So that's special day. So that's the inside of that one all decorated. So we're going to do the same old, and we're going to stick this one in, and this will be section number 3. I hope this isn't too boring for you. It does take a while to kind of, it took me ages and ages to cut everything out, but like I say, it's pretty spectacular once it's finished, and I know you guys won't see it finished until tomorrow, but they are very, very special cards. This one might wing its way onto somebody that we might know, if he's a good boy. If he's not, then Leonie won't get it. Who misses my workshops? I missed who missed it. Was it Marie? Do you know, I honestly don't think I could do them anymore because I'm just so busy, and as you know, one of the reasons was that my legs were killing me, and my legs still are killing me. I should be hearing from the hospital soon, so I might be out of action for a little while at some point. Let's pop that one in there, which will be very inconvenient. But I don't think it's going to be any time soon because there's no operations going on anytime soon, is there? So that's that one. Obviously, you decorate the front. That could be one for a little girl, I think. That would be really pretty. Or change the colours up and you could make the same card for a boy and obviously decorate the front. So that's section number 3. Then our final one that we're doing this time, before we actually put all the sections together, is this one. And this one's with the octagon. And again, we've got another pretty paper, and we've gone back to our borders. Put it round the right way. That's the right way for that one, I think. Sure it is, yeah. We've gone back to our borders with our heart lattice on this one. So let's decorate the inside, because again, we don't need to decorate the outside. So for this one's really, really simple. Yeah, yes. We forget, don't we? Somebody the other day, when I posted one of my fairy hug samples, they said, "What's the shaving foam technique?" And that's been just years old, and we did do it to death. But we need to kind of bring it back and do it again. So for this one, I've got my ingots, and I've just cut them out like a little label, if you like, and I've just used the top words from the Elegance Essential Sentiments, Elegance Script. So that's going to go up there on my border. And then this is your smallest heart. And this isn't stamped. This is using the stencil that you get in the compendium box kit. And I've just picked an area out and I've just inked through with spun sugar. So just to give a little bit of an embellishment. So that's going to go up there, and that's going to go down there. Then we're going to have some butterflies, the beautiful butterflies. We're just going to have some kind of flying in at the bottom here, whichever way. Okay, simple. So let's get this on, and then we'll stick this together, and then we'll stick all of our 4 sections together. So I think we'll go over the edge there like that, so that we haven't got any of the border sticking out under the scallops. And we'll pop our heart down here. You could stamp in the heart if you wanted to, or put another message in the heart, or you can cut the inside piece out of the pattern paper. That would be quite nice as well. That's going to go down there. Obviously, you've got loads of space to decorate if you wanted to. Yeah, thanks, David. See you soon. Put our butterfly down. I think we're have it going this way. You can as well, if you want to. You, if not, probably not out of paper, but you could have them overlapping the edges like that, or you could have some things going on in the background if you wanted to. And remember the journal script and the journal music and the journal map pages, the big backgrounds that Phil's done. They would make great backing papers as well. I mean, the music one would be great to use with the Fairy Choir Girls from Fairy Hugs. I am gonna do that because I think that would look fab. Go over there a bit. Try not to get them on the fold. And one there. Okay. And now we're going to just stick this together. So you'll know how to do pop-out cards by the time we finish, won't you? Because each one is a pop-out card, and obviously all you need to do is decorate the front instead of sticking them together. I go through phases. I really like using pop-out cards. There's like, and also actually something I haven't gotten round to because obviously I've been a bit busy, what with my website and shows and stuff. You can also use the smaller dies to multi-cut out of a piece of card and make a fabulous background. Haven't managed to do that yet, but it's a fabulous thing to do. And also the heart, if you position them, you could actually make it look like a flower. So for example, just here, so if you cut one out like that, and then you can put another one here and another one here, and then stick a button or something in the center, and that's like a big flower. So there's lots of different bits of pattern building that you can do with the dies. Let's just put this one in. Really comes to life when you can see the paper behind there. It just really pops. Like I say, if that's too big for you, just drop down a size, or you can use the scalloped one. I mean, I could have done it so that, like I'm alternating with the colours and the borders, I could have alternated between the solids and the scallops as well, and that would have made them quite interesting. But you know, you think about these things as you're going along. So now we've got 4 sections. So I need to make sure I put them together in the right order, otherwise I'm going to be really upset. So I think what I was wanting to do was put the heart second, then the star, then the octagon. So the octagon is going to fit onto... I put too much tape on these. I am such a plonker. I really am. Trying to get ahead of myself. I put tape on both of them, and you don't need to put tape on both of them. Oh dear, what am I like? Right, so in the days of yore, what we used to do was we used to just start off the tape, if I can actually start the tape off, just in one corner. This is before we had really good PVA glue. I think Cosmic Shimmer was the first really good PVA glue. So we're starting it off like that. We're just starting off on those edges there. Let's see if I've actually got this round the right way. I have. So make sure your pop-outs are going to stick together properly. That one's going to go on there. And then you want to line up your corners. I mean, you can do it with glue. You absolutely can. But you're not going to be able to put pressure on it to make it go flat. Are we still there? Laptop. So then you once you're happy with it, once everything looks like it's nice and neat, which isn't as neat as it should be, but it'll do. Then you can release the other bits. But what you also want to do is make sure that we release this back bit as well. So we will start that one off, and then I'll be able to pull it. Like that. And then we'll be able to pull this section out here. Okay, so now we've got two pop-outs stuck together. Okay. Why did I put blooming tape on both of them? I'm a noggin, an absolute noggin. I could have just not done this one. And as it is, I've got two lots of tape. Let's not let it get to you, Julia. Let's not let it get to you. It does mean I've got my tape on for when I do my one in the studio. So we're going to do the same thing here. Start it off. So we've got a tab to pull out, and we'll have to do the same on the other side as well. Polonka. Polonka. I'm going to blame the heat. And not having done one of these for about, I don't know, 13 years, 14 years. I can't remember when my mum and dad's anniversary was. Right, so I need to make sure this is going to go in the right direction. And that's going to go there. So because we've got to do it on both. Plonker. We're going to have to start this off here. It'll be very secure, that's for sure. Oh dear, if you can't laugh at yourself. And this is one of those ones that's it's only going to be just over an hour. We've done quite a lot in an hour, haven't we? A lot of gluing and sticking, because that's what it's about, when otherwise you'd be forever watching me. Right, so now we're going to again butt these up. Make sure that tape is out. That's the problem when I've got two lots of tape. Make sure that's nice and neat. It'll do. How many of these have I got? Oh, I forgot to pull the other one out. Let's do that in a sec. Tape everywhere. I'm flustered now because I've done that. I hate doing things wrong. Come here. Doesn't want to come off. It's not lined up as perfectly as I would have liked. Okay, so now we've got 3 sections. See where we're going? And at the moment we've got 3 sections in the star part as well. It's like they're like rooms, aren't they? I think my trimming's leaves a lot to be desired actually as well. And of course now we've got another double going on, haven't we? Because I've got more tape. So let's check. We're going that way, and my heart's going to go this way. Oh, I just chucked in the bin. Oh, let me just fetch that out of the bin. I want that. So heart's going up that way. And again, we're going to do the final one. Thank you all for staying with me. It's nice to have so many people watching. And then because I've got a double, I've got to peel this one back as well. Come here. And line it up. I think that's the best one so far. Oh, remember to take the other bit out, Julia. I'll do that in the side of it now. I'll do both of them, haven't I? Because you can't just do one because of the kind of shiny back that you've got. It's not going to work. So no, we won't look at the one that hasn't lined up very well. I think it's my trimming. And now we've got 4. It's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. So tomorrow, in the 12 o'clock show, I'll do my front section, and my front section will have the flags in the centre, and I've got the ingots and the labels on the front, but it will be with the purple themed centre, and it will have these papers on the front, and I'll remember to put my ribbon on, hopefully. So it is sturdy and it is heavy. See, the idea, and I'll explain tomorrow, is that when you've got the ribbon on the front, you can actually tie it so that it's a book. So when they open it, then they can open it and look at all the different sections that there is in there. Obviously, we've got the back area where the message can be on, but also when they open it out, get my ribbon out of the way. When they open it out, like we say, we'll have the 5th star in here, but with the other ribbon, you'll be able to tie the 2 pieces together so it will stay in a star. So it can be on display permanently if you want it to be. But it is a keepsake. Obviously, you'd make a box for it to go into as well. So Phil is launching the one-day special today at 6 p.m. on the craft store. And then he's got 8 p.m. this evening and 9 a.m. tomorrow. You don't want to see a bit of that, do you? Let's leave it like that. And he's got 8 a.m. tomorrow. And then I'm taking over. So I'm doing the 12 noon show, which will be finishing this off. And I have got another demo as well if we get to it. And then I've got 2 demos planned for the 4 p.m. show as well. That's if the stock lasts, of course, because obviously the last Charming collection was extremely popular. And I know you guys collect them. So don't forget that you can also get the products on my website, Julia Watts Crafts, with a discount of 10% on everything on the shows up until midnight tomorrow night, with discount code CHARMING in capital letters in the discount code box at checkout. And orders containing items from the shows will be dispatched from the 23rd, which is on Friday. You can also, of course, buy from Honeypot Crafts as well. So thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you on the telly box tomorrow. And don't forget to watch Phil at 6. Thank you. Bye.